Good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm so happy to draw near God, and this is our spiritual destination, where there is an enhancement of love continually. Once we know the destination, we shall have the direction in our life. Every day, we shall walk according to this direction, no matter where you are and what you're doing. We know the purpose of our life, and we know what we are striving for. I really want to tell you, this destination is not far away at all, for God lies in our hearts. All we have to do is to think of Him. Our spiritual eyes focus on Him again. Then we can draw near God at once. God will never leave us. He stays by your side. It's so precious. I'd like to sing a hymn with you in Song of My Heart 1, page 42, Ever by Your Side. The song tells us the heart of Abba towards us. He's with us always. So, shall we have the hymn singing and worshipping? We will sing the first and the second stanza. My dear child, do not fear, for I'm by your side. I never forsake you through all trials with you. My dear child, I love you. I'm with you always. Long for you, hold you tight. You are my delight. It's so precious. Abba is by our side forever. He's not cruel at all. He's full of warmth and love. He will never forsake us, and He's with us through all the trials. He's not pity on us, that He really adores us and loves us. Abba is so happy because of me. That's why He loves to be with me all the time. Not that He just wants to fulfill the responsible as being a father. It is because of the affection of father and son. Abba is by our side forever and ever. Let us sing again to Abba, to respond to His love with our hearts. I'd like you to have the worshipping as well, to worship Abba, to give thanks to Him. I will have some worshipping, and you can respond to my prayer as well. Oh Abba, when I sing you love me and you're with me always, my heart feels very settled. How precious you love me. Your presence with me is the most happiest thing for you. Abba, to have you in my life is the safest, most peaceful, the most happiest in my heart. I'd like to read a verse with you in Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. And it said, I slept, but my heart was awake. A sound, my beloved is knocking. Open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my perfect one. For my head is wet with dew, my locks with the drops of the night. I'm saying, open to me. There are 5 requests from the beloved in Song of Solomon. Here is one of them, but I'd like to share my perfect one today. When Shulamite was weakened, the beloved went to see her. He was knocking on the door. She was in a weakened state, but the beloved said, my sister, my love, my dove, my perfect one. This is his praising to her. We are his sisters. His love, His dove, and His perfect one in His eyes. In Song of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 9, has once again shared, we are the perfect one of the Lord. And it said, my dove, my perfect one, is the only one of her mother, pure to her who bore her. And I won't read the whole verse, and you can read it yourself. Again, He called us as the perfect one. In the Bible, there are 50 times mentioned about the perfect one. So what is the meaning of the perfect one? The perfect one is the best. There's no room for improvement. It is really perfect, no flaw at all. Really perfect. If we're looking at the perfect one, God called Noah as the perfect one. The Bible described Abraham as the perfect one. And God asked the Israelites to be the perfect one. David also claimed himself as the perfect one. In the book of Hebrews, it said, Christ has offered for all time a single sacrifice for sins. For by a single offering He has perfect for all time who are sanctified. Because of the time, I can't go into details about the meaning of the perfect one. But no matter in the Old and the New Testament, God encouraged man to be the perfect one. But there are words mentioned, we are perfect already. Or the Lord offered Himself once and have perfect us, but God wants us to be the perfect one. Wouldn't it contradict with each other? It is because there are different meanings of the perfect one. Because of the time, I'd like to share about one meaning among all. I find that the perfect one, especially mentioned in Song of Solomon, we are compatible with Him. We are His perfect match. There's no flaw in us. We are the right person for the Lord, so we are the most compatible with Him, and there's no doubt about it. This is what I mean to say, brothers and sisters, you and I are very glorious and honorable. Why? For we can match nicely with the infinite, ever-loving Lord. He is so beautiful, and we are compatible with Him. In Song of Solomon, there are different descriptions. My sister, my love, my dove. It means our beauty are perfect, matching with the Lord. For we are the new creations. We have totally changed by His salvation. So we shouldn't look down on ourselves. On the other hand, when we realize we are the perfect match with the Lord, you will cleanse yourself from what is dishonorable things. Therefore, the book of Hebrews encourages us to lay aside every weight and sins which cleanse so closely. We shouldn't love those dishonorable things anymore, for they don't suit us anymore. Then, who are we? We were changed into the most suitable for the Lord. He is our beloved, and we are His most compatible love. Isn't it so good? I'd like to tell you a story. There was a little girl who had sold out nearly all her roses. All she left was only one rose left. She passed by a beggar. He then gave the rose to the beggar. But the beggar never think of a pretty girl to give him a rose. This beggar thought it was very good, so he stopped begging and he went home fast. He decided he couldn't hold the rose at the side of the road. He was so happy and satisfied. He has never think of received such a beautiful present. He then found a bottle for the rose, but the bottle was so dirty, so he decided to wash the bottle and tie the bottle with a ribbon. Now it looked very nice. And when he looked at the rose and the nice bottle was on the cupboard, the furniture around it didn't match the rose. Even the entire house didn't match at all, for it was such a mess. There were rubbish everywhere and everything was so messy. Then he made another decision. He has to clean the entire house, clean up all the mess. Now it was all cleaned. Now the rose in a bottle was sitting in a clean house, and he looked around. He looked at the mirror. He saw himself was so dirty. Oh dear, look at you. You didn't match the rose at all. Then he decided to wash himself and his clothes. He shaved and tidied up himself from top to bottom. He looked in the mirror again, and he looked at the rose again. He was so satisfied. It's very good now. But when he sat down and thought in depth, he found that he couldn't be a beggar anymore. For a beggar wouldn't look like that. You see, I look so good now. He then made another decision. No longer he wanted to be a beggar. He looked for a job and started working. He was not afraid of tiredness, and he worked hard. He finally got an offer. He worked hard and praised by his boss. Finally, he got promoted as a manager. Brothers and sisters, can you see that you are a new creation? Can you see you are the Lord's love, His perfect one? We are the most compatible love of the Lord. Brothers and sisters, have you decided? Do not be affected by the things which are not suitable to you. We shall walk as the new creations and walk as the Lord's love. Let us decide to draw near the Lord and to stand firm for Him, to give forth the fragrance of Christ. We are the perfect match of the Lord. May the Lord bless us.